Are you part of the noise or are you part of the silence? Are you the one that's always worried about conspiracies or worried about what other people think? Are you the one that it doesn't really matter if the conspiracies are true? There's nothing you can do about it. Are you the one that always has to be in everyone's business? That has to be the main character in everything you do? Or are you the one that's over here trying to put your nose to the grindstone to do what's best for you and your family? And I ask that because the noise is everywhere. You see it all over every day in life, in a store, on social media, in the media. Hell, half of the media is the noise. They're all about scaring you and putting everybody against each other. Are you the one that's bitching about the two different Super Bowl halftime shows? Or are you the one that's just watching the one you want and don't care? Are you the one putting down people because they didn't watch what you want? Or are you the one putting down the people that made a bad comment on something you said and you just think you have to prove a point and blast these people even though it may be wrong? Are you the one that always has to put the negativity out? Or are you the one that just doesn't care what other people say about you? Are you the one that does what you want to do because you feel you're trying to help people and you're doing it with to be positive and to truly help people? Or are you the one that says you're trying to help people, but you're always negative or always shining light on stuff that doesn't matter? And I'm just curious which one you are, because we see it all the time in the world, the noise, the loud people, the people that are always think their shit don't stink, the gurus who got to point things out that doesn't matter, that tries to make you feel bad because you're not doing what they do, even though they probably don't even do it. Or the ones that are like conspiracy, the government. Yeah, there might be a hell lot of conspiracies. Who knows? But what can you do about it? There's not shit you can do about it. So you just want to panic and have all this chaos because of all this stuff going on, and it just causes noise. It causes chaos, and it causes so much internally in you and in your family and everyone around. Or are you the one that's silent who knows, yeah, there might be some chaos or some conspiracy. There might be some things going on, but you know that there's nothing you can do, that your nose is a grindstone to do what you have to do to provide for your family and to be the best person you can be, to serve the God that created us and to serve the ones around us, because that's all that matters. Because tomorrow may not be here. We've talked about this all the time. Tomorrow may not be here. Yesterday's gone. So why be loud? Why be the noise in the moment? Why not control what you can control? God lets you control, and surrender what you can't to Him. The anger and the thinking that you got to be better than everyone or put someone down because they might have put you down. Who cares? Turn the cheek and go away. Right. And I'm not saying someone backs you in a corner to turn the cheek. I'm talking about in general in life. Who cares if the government screwed up? What are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. You can vote or go run for office, and then I don't even know if there's anything you could do about it. You got to play the game. You got to do what's right for you and your family. You got to pay the price to do the things that you want to do. And I see it with gurus. I see it all the time. I see like they start off good, then they start making us money, and they start thinking their shit don't stink, and then they got to start putting out opinions about stuff that doesn't matter, and it just completely ruins them for me. And probably for a lot of people. Like stay doing what you're good at doing, helping and serving people. Or if you're a guru or an influencer, be positive. Who cares what people don't like or agree with you? Just like me, I don't know. I mean, people put comments on stuff on me all the time, but I don't care. People put good comments, and I do care because I feel like I'm helping people. I'm helping people that I used to be by experiences that I've lived and lessons that I've learned. And that's why I do this. That's why I do the podcast and all my posting, and why I want to speak on stage is to help people that used to be, help people that are who I used to be. And the noise will kill it. Whenever you start worrying and stressing and thinking you're better than everyone and proving a point and just being loud and being obnoxious or just think your shit don't stink, I'm telling you right now that none of that matters at the end of your life. None of it's going to matter. It's all going to be irrelevant. So I like to be the one that's silent. I like to be the one that, and I'm not saying silent like you can speak your mind, you can speak and help people, but why do it negatively? Why be obnoxious? Why think that you're better than everyone else? Because I know I'm not. And I don't blindly judge anyone. You have to judge people. You have to judge situations. You have to keep yourself safe and your family safe. But I don't just blindly do that because I've been at the lowest lows and the highest highs. and it's all the same. People are people, things are things, shit happens, and it's always been that way since the beginning of time. And I don't worry about politics. Yes, I vote and I do what I believe, but if there's a bunch of crap going on that I can't control, I don't know. There's nothing I can do. I watch the Super Bowl halftime show I want to watch. I don't care about the other one, but I'm not going to get mad and say that you're racist or that you're this or that you're that because you didn't watch what I wanted or did what I did. That's your opinion. I don't care because I know what I'm doing in life 100% for sure is to uplift and help people up, right? A hand up and a hand down. Help people up and someone helps me up. And that's the way I believe life should be. That's the way it used to be, but now with social media and technology and the media, all they want is loud. They just want everybody to fight and argue, and there's a reason for it, but that doesn't even matter. Like, what is the point of that if you're not serving and being a good person? It does none of that matters because ultimately you're going to die, and ultimately somebody you're going to have to answer to what happened to what you did on this earth. And being loud and thinking your shit don't stink and being better than the other one or being worried about stuff that you have no control over and just putting your opinions in, even if it doesn't matter, like that's not what it's about. I'm not saying don't put opinions in. I don't want people to think that because we all have opinions, but to be so loud about it and outspoken about something and just constantly having that chaos, constantly putting out that negativity, constantly just worrying about what other people say or do to you or say to you, I guess not do to you. I mean, unless they're physical, that's different. But if you're constantly just all over the place, it's not healthy for you. It's not good for you, your family, anybody around you. And it's not good for your soul. It's not good for your body. And I believe that's where a lot of sickness comes from. And that's why I do my best to stay in my lane, stay silent, speak my piece to try to help the people that I can help and hopefully do everything with positivity, right? To be positive with everything that I do, with all my messages, and hopefully bring people that joy, right? To change the way they think, so they can get rid of that chaos, so they can have that peace, they can be silent, so they can put their nose to the grindstone to do what they have to do for their family and for everybody around them and for other people that they want to serve and help and be an example, right? Be a light. And you know you don't have to be loud to do that. People will see you whenever you are the light, when you're the silence light, whenever you're silence and you're doing what you're supposed to do, people see that and it helps bring. And when I say silence, I don't mean being quiet and just putting your nose and not talking to people. So I don't want people to take that literal, but being a light, right? Fast to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. That's true. And that's stuff that I had to work on the older I've gotten. Because I remember when I was younger, I had a chip on my shoulder and I didn't care. I didn't listen. Went my way. I spoke my opinions, and I'd fight over anything stupid if it just not. That life is horrible. It's just a horrible life to be loud and to just try to think that you're better or put your opinions, because obviously something's going on in you and to do that. You're not comfortable with yourself or confident in what's going on, so you make up for it by being loud and being obnoxious and thinking you have a point to prove. There is no points to prove to some people or to some things. And you don't have to, and most time you can prove your point by doing what's right, by putting your nose to the grindstone, doing what's right, being a good person, being positive, trying to help people, and just doing what's right. And you don't have to be loud to do that. You don't have to be a center of attention. I tell my son that all the time. He's a kid, so he don't get it. He always likes to. Who's texting you? Who's calling you? What are you doing? Always likes to say things he sees on TV or something like, "Hey man, you need to get another opinion. Don't just start speaking until you have the facts and the truth. Don't just say stuff to say stuff. That's not what we do. We want to speak truth if we can and find the truth, and not just speak to get heard, and not just speak to have a conversation, just to talk to talk. So we do this stuff. We talk to, or we tell our story by truth, by learning with love and just doing what's right and not have to be loud about it. So if you're the noisy one, maybe look in the mirror and see, what can I do? How can I get help to to calm down, to be the silent one, so I can get that confidence, so I can be strong, so I can support my family and do the right things, and without being miserable and being sick and having all that chaos and all that shit that's in your head and around you. It's there, I know, because I've used to be there. Find your silence. Find your path, and get on it, in silence, and find other people, positive people to be around to help you. They're out there. There's books out there. There's ways to get through the noise and that arrogance, I guess, or that thing that thinks that you're just better than everybody, because you're not. God created us all equal in his image, no matter what's going on. And I think that's a lot of people. They just don't know who God is. And they never try. They just hear, and they want to be loud about it, and they want to cut you down whenever you do it. And every Christian's bad, and people can't change. I had someone tell me the other day that they just don't. They think my messages are full of shit because they know who I used to be. I said, yeah, but I'm not that. I've changed. I have no desire to be the way I used to be. God's changed me, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, to spread God's word, to have peace, to change the way you think, to get the chaos out of your head and off of away from you, and to be positive and do what God wants you to do, which I know is to serve. And we all can serve in different ways. Some money, some speaking, some physical, some work. I mean, there's so many ways you can serve. And I know the more that I serve, the more that I help people, the more that I speak in these podcasts, the more that I do things, the more peace I get in my soul, because I know it's what God wants us to do, is be a light for him. And we don't have to be loud to be a light for him. We can do it in silence. And like I said, I don't mean being quiet, but we can do it in a steadily calm, cool fashion. And you will bring more people with you doing that than you will just being loud, obnoxious, and putting people down, or thinking your shit don't stink, or worrying about conspiracy theories that you have no control over, or anything you have no control over, because we're only guaranteed right now. And if you're not living for right now, and you're just doing this because of everything around you, you're going to be miserable. So if you know anybody that thinks that their shit don't stink and they just want to be the noise all the time, share this with them. Like and subscribe, share this. Let me know what you're thinking. Remember, change the way you think so you can change your lives. Get that chaos away from you and find that true peace. We'll talk to y'all later.